Hello. This is episode 7. What a darling of an episode. I'd just like to ask before we start, once again, please, could you continue to keep supporting the show? Rate us, review us, tell your friends, tweet at us, tweet about us. That'd be amazing. If you want to get in contact, you can email us pottervisioncomedy@gmail.com, or you could get in touch using the contact form on our website, pottervision.com. Stick around to the end of the episode because we will be going through the mailbag and replying to people's questions. All right, anyway, here's episode 7.
Pottervision, Pottervision, Pottervision.
Hello and welcome to the Pottervision podcast, the podcast where every week myself, Lukas Kirkby, and my Pottervision pal, Tom Lawrenson, read through and dissect and talk about a chapter from the Harry Potter books. Today it is episode 7, chapter 7, The Sorting Hat. Tom, how art thou?
I art well, Mr. Kirkby.
I am delighted to hear thee say it.
I have not seen you and your cherub face.
Yes.
Your bearded cherub face.
Thank you.
For gone 2 weeks now.
It's been a long 2 weeks. I've had a lot of withdrawal symptoms, having not seen you.
My heart's been aching.
Mine has.
Heartache.
But we're back now.
We're back now and we're ready and raring to go. Come on!
Oh, I'm fired up.
How have you been?
I've been good. We always like to tell people what we've been up to
What have you been up
the
to?
past week. Well, I'll tell you what. Yesterday was extremely exciting for me because over the past, period of time, I've had a bit of mould build up in the house, against the wall. And, yesterday, enough was enough. And me and my lovely girlfriend, we went to Sainsbury's. We bought 2 big spray bottles of mould and mildew remover, seal it bang, and we had at it with the mould. And I tell you what, it's come off lovely.
Was it satisfying, was it?
Very satisfying. You just spray it, you wait 10 minutes, and half of it's already gone. And you literally just wipe it and it comes off a treat. So, seal it bang bang and the mould and mildew is gone.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes, of course you can.
How's that smelling now?
It's been a bit bad because obviously the spores are out and about, plus the bleach.
Yeah.
So it did give me a bit of an headache after doing an hour of it. But no pain, no get rid of your mould and mildew.
I love that rhyme.
Yeah, I do. It's a
Beautiful rhyme, that.
I always remember my grandma telling me it as I was dandled on her knee.
Dangled?
Dandled.
Dandled? What's
Yeah.
dandled?
You know when you've got a baby on your knee and you go up and down?
Do I?
That is...
Dandling.
That's dandling a baby.
Dandling. Nah.
This is the way the lady rides, that's dandling.
And suppose in that scenario, when you were dandling, you were the lady.
I was. Then the gentleman, then the little boy who falls. So, Tom, what have you been up to over the past week / fortnight?
Oh, well, you know me. I'm
do.
a very boring man. Yeah, I've been doing meal prep, I've been exercising, jumping jacks,
Oh, yeah.
punching the air,
That's good.
running on the spot. Meal prep. I've not had any chocolate now for something like 27 days.
Oh.
And so, my tongue, and you know my tongue.
I know it very intimately.
It's now so receptive to sweet things.
Yeah.
The other night I was out about on the tram. Riding the trams like I do.
Oh, yeah.
Just nowhere to go, just hours on end, riding the Manchester tram circuit.
Yeah.
And all I could think about, as soon as I get home, I'm going to slice into a nice juicy orange.
Oh, yeah.
Big fat orange. I'm not talking about a tangerine. One as big as 2 fists.
Oh.
That's too big. No,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
But so I got home, sliced it into 8, and only recently, at this tender age of me being in my late 20s, have I realised how to eat an orange. Because I would just, in the past, just bite into it. Suck out all the suck out all the juice.
Yeah.
Kind of have a little bit of a bit of a bite on the fibres. Try and get what I could, and then just throw it away, leaving most of the flesh.
Yeah.
But now, each side I give it a bit of a tear, and then I suck it all into my mouth, leaving the peel. Yeah. Otherwise, before you came here today, me and you had a do-si-do in my garden.
Yeah, we did.
and
then you spilled a smoothie down the stairs.
Well, I wanted to make a smoothie to give me some energy for this. Yeah. I'm walking down the stairs in my socks.
Yeah.
And you know my stairs. They are steep.
Yeah.
Steep.
I mean, there's actually people who stick flags at the top of them after they've climbed them.
You're being daft. A gust of wind came, blew me down. Smoothie went to the air, to the wall, to the floor. It was everywhere. Clean up. I sucked up the rest that I could, and here we are now.
Here we are, up to press. We're caught up with each other's lives.
Do you know what I want from you right now?
What?
A bloody rundown.
Here we go. It's chapter 7, The Sorting Hats. The Hogwarts gates open and the first years are met by Professor McGonagall. She's a very stern-looking woman and she doesn't look like one to be trifled with. She sends the students into a chamber as they wait to go into the Great Hall. Now, as they do, there's a stream of ghosts that scare them. So there's ghosts at Hogwarts. Pretty crazy stuff. Now, they find out that they are going to be sorted into their Hogwarts houses. Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Slytherin. But the students have no idea what is this test or what is going to sort them into houses. They don't have to wait long. They go into the hall. All the other students are there. And placed on a stool is the sorting hat. It looks tattered. It looks old. There's a little crease in it. But hey, that crease turns into a lovely little mouth which sings the sorting hat song. I'm the sorting hat. I'm going to sort you. Chorus times 2. Then they all get up. People are being sorted into all these houses. Harry's getting nervous. What if he doesn't even get sorted into a house and gets sent back home? Anyway, it happens to be his turn. He sits back down, hat on. What are you going to be in? He thinks he might put him into Slytherin, but Harry says he doesn't want it. Not Slytherin. And that seems to actually change the sorting hat's mind, and he sorts him into Gryffindor. Hey! Hermione's in there, Ron's in there, other students are in there. It's gonna be fun. We also Harry meets for the first time Professor Dumbledore, who greets everybody. He seems a lovely chap. And also, he tells us a few things about this year. So one thing, not to go into the Forbidden Forest. And another one, the 3rd floor corridor on the right-hand side. Do not go anywhere near that, or you may suffer a very painful death.
Oh.
Spooky. Anyway, there's a banquet, there's a feast, there's loads of food, they're having a great time. And Harry looks over to the teacher's table. He sees Professor Quirrell, but suddenly he's got a turban on his head. What's that all about? And also a man with black hair and a big hook nose, who we find out is Snape. Now, Snape looks at Harry and he gets a pain in his scar.
Yeah.
Could that be connected? We don't know. So anyway, they go back and they go to the common room where they all have a lovely, lovely night's sleep. But Harry has a bit of a strange dream that he doesn't remember the following day. And that was the sorting hat.
Oh, what a chapter.
What a chapter it is. It's got to be one of my top chapters so far.
Yeah.
It had
A
everything.
lot of fun. Do you know what it is? It's first day of high school.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
Fantastic. You're filled with... Do you remember your first day at high school?
Do I? Yes.
Yeah.
Hated
filled with a bit, did you?
Yeah.
Well, you come from being like you're a big fish in a small pond to being a small fish in a big pond, aren't you? Primary to
I think in
secondary.
year 6, I thought I was a man.
Yeah, I did. I thought you were a man in year 6. But you were wrong.
Because, you're in year 6. You think you're an adult, don't you? And then you go to year 7, you're like, oh, small now.
Yeah.
But you look at the year 11s and think, they are men.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they are. Every single one of them.
But they're not. If year 11 came to me now, giving a bit of lip, I'd know what to do with them.
Oh, yeah.
So please be nice to me.
Yeah.
And they would have to.
It must be mad though, you know, because like year 11s have like beards, some of them, don't they? And you know, some of them drink and some of them smoke and all this kind of stuff. It must be mad from going to a school where like the lower years are like playing in a sandpit, doing those butterfly pictures, to actually people who like do drugs.
It's funny, you do get a taste of that sometimes. When I was in year 6, one boy brought in a pack of fags.
Oh yeah.
And then some of them went behind the abandoned nursery and started smoking them.
Yeah.
Year 6.
Hang on, what's the abandoned nursery? This sounds very creepy.
It was a building.
Yeah.
That used to be a nursery.
Yeah.
But then the school stopped offering nursery services.
And they never used the building for anything else.
Storage. Abandoned nursery.
Abandoned nursery.
But it's funny because you go to year 7 and you remember year 7.
I do, yeah.
No armpit hair, I'm guessing.
No, hardly any.
Me neither. Right? You're in the you're in the boys' changing room.
Yeah.
You're getting changed.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, look at him! He's got no armpit hair."
Yeah.
Of course I haven't. I'm a child.
I'm a child. I'm a human child.
I'm 11 years old. Why would I have armpit hair?
Did you ever get talking about changing rooms? Did you ever get kids who would strip starkers when getting into their PE kit? Because I remember most people, you keep your boxers and your socks on, and you just take your trousers off and put shorts on and a t-shirt. But I remember there were about 2 kids in our year who would completely strip nude, and I don't know whether they had like sports boxers on or something, or didn't want to wear like sweaty boxers to the last 2 lessons of the day. But everyone else was like,
Oh my
hell.
God.
I know. Did you
Do
never have that?
you reckon that was a confidence thing?
Or just a completely unaware
Oblivious thing. Well, I'll tell you
etiquette.
once. Year 7 PE, right? Me and this lad, I'll not say his name, but this boy smelt.
Oh yeah.
Right? But he
Yeah.
was a confident boy.
Yeah.
He was a confident boy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as if he was like, bullied or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
He was confident and he stank. Well, anyway, we're doing this activity. Maybe it's a stretching thing.
Yeah.
Both boys on their bottoms, yeah, with their feet touching each other's. You know, like legs in a V each
Oh,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Feet to feet.
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I think we were pulling each other's hands,
Oh,
like
yeah,
a stretching type thing.
Yeah.
I look down at the side of his shorts.
Yeah.
Bollocks hanging out.
Oh dear.
I was like, bloody hell.
What a thing to see
I know.
in a PE lesson. See, I used to hate PE at school because we always had to do rugby. I think because we were like a very Welsh school.
We did a bit of that.
Yeah, I never liked rugby, so I used to just stand at the side and not do anything on purpose.
Bless you.
Thank you.
In kit or...
In kit, I'd be in kit and I'd feign doing it, but I wouldn't. I'd try not to take part if I had to.
The main thing about Hogwarts, the first thing they tell you,
Yeah.
is there are 4 houses.
Yeah.
You know them. We all know them.
We all know them?
No need to say them.
No.
You are going to be separated into one of the 4 houses, right?
Yeah.
You will share a common room with them.
Yeah.
Yeah?
All your lessons will be with them.
All your lessons will be with them. Segregation,
Yeah.
essentially, is
Yeah.
what I took from it.
Yeah.
Made me think, are you allowed to have friends in the other houses?
Well, it'd be very hard to meet up with them, wouldn't it? You'd have to meet up at break time or...
Yeah, exactly, because it's like, oh, can he come into our common room? No.
Yeah.
No, he can't. Oh, why? Because he's not brave.
He's the nice one.
Because he's not cunning.
Yeah. It's mad that, isn't it? It is very segregated, because I think in the films they mix up the classes, don't they? But in here they specifically say that classes will be separate.
Well, they have. I think because it seems like there's only, 6 year 7s in Gryffindor.
Yeah.
It seems like. Well, I think in the films they have potions with Slytherin, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so it seems like you can. Well, they're horrible. Do we have to make friends with them?
Yeah.
So that means Ravenclaw are having potions with Hufflepuff.
Yeah. It's just madness.
Wonder if
isn't it?
they're getting on. I'd like that book, please. The sister companion piece.
But it is insane, I think. And also with Slytherin, this is an interesting strategy by the school, because all the evil kids, the nasty kids.
Yeah.
They're putting them all in one group.
Yeah.
Where I think they're just going to encourage each other. They're going to get worse.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and you know,
Maybe.
I just think, usually you'd spread them out, wouldn't you, naughty kids? You
Well,
wouldn't have them sitting with each other.
You would think so. So all the naughty... Well, they're not naughty, are they? They're wicked.
They're wicked, aren't they? Because I think Gryffindor has naughty kids as well, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Cheeky chappies.
Yeah, because the Slytherins aren't necessarily naughty to the teachers, are they?
No.
They're like, just racist.
They're just a bit conniving,
They're a
aren't
bit
they?
xenophobic.
Yeah.
They're like snide.
Yeah, they just have terrible views.
But marks, top marks.
Very good. Good stuff. Well, actually, because they say, actually, that they have won the House Cup
For 6 years in a row.
6 years running, so they can't be that naughty, otherwise they'd lose mega points.
Why not keep the racist lads together?
Why not? They're doing well, you know, and they're scoring those lovely, lovely points. Did you have a house system at school?
We did not have a house system
Yeah.
in high school. We were separated, though, to manage all the students into two bands.
Oh, yeah.
Y band and P band. No, Q band and P band. I was in P band.
Yeah.
And Q band, we all thought they were weirdos.
Yeah.
Because we'd never have any lessons with them.
Yeah.
We'd see them a bit at break time, whatever. But completely segregated until year 10. Yeah. So 3 years apart from them. We all thought they were like absolute, like from a different school.
Yeah.
Aliens to us.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I think we also had bands, but we did have a house system. So we had 3 houses, and it was Penryn, Glovithe, and Bodyscallen.
In high school?
In high school, those were our 3 houses. Now, it only actually came into play for about 3 events in the year. There was like a swimming gala, sports day, which was houses, and then the school Eisteddfod, which was like it's like a talent show basically. But then there's like categories and people are judged, and each kind of
May I ask you a question?
yes.
Did you perform at the talent show?
I did. They used to let us perform every year, and it wasn't even a category, but they used to just let us do a sketch. Because we I like writing comedy and stuff. And we just used to write a sketch which had all the teachers in it, and we'd just like have the kids act as the teachers and just make fun of the teachers.
And what teacher were you?
Well, one of my favourites, I used to play a teacher. He was a CDT teacher called Brian Jones. And he was very strict. But I played him in one where I had the apron, and he used to have a massive thing of keys and like glasses and stuff. And he used to talk like this, but obviously in Welsh.
Did everyone love it?
Yeah, it used to go down. The teachers used to love it as well. But yeah, it used to be really fun.
What a rush.
What a rush, yeah.
What a rush.
It'd be mad 'cause we'd have the whole school in there, and they'd be like... obviously, you love seeing your teachers being made fun of. But to have, like, I don't know, 700 kids watching, it's pretty good.
If you can make a teacher laugh, now that's an achievement, that is.
Yeah. Well, I always put it on the top of my CV.
Not anymore, though. Once you're an adult, because I know a lot of teachers,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing a lot of our listeners are teachers.
Yeah, I
But
do.
teachers are quite thick. You're a bit of a teacher, aren't you?
I am. Easily pleased. Thick. That's me.
Yeah, but like, yeah. Sorry to all our teacher listeners and our teachers in training listeners. 2 of my sisters are teachers. But yeah, no respect for you. You see, they're about to go in.
Yeah.
We're about to lead you through, McGonagall says. They make no comment on her accent.
Yeah.
So we don't know where she's from.
No idea.
It's about to go through. You're going to be sorted into your house.
Yeah.
Ron has got no idea how they do it.
None of them do. Nobody has the foggiest. Surely Hermione, who's read the entirety of Hogwarts: A History, has not read in it that they get sorted into houses by a hat. She's there whispering spells.
Oh, hope they ask me this one. Hope they don't ask for that one.
Oh, I hope this comes up. How does she not know? She's read the entire history of Hogwarts. Why is it this big... I can imagine Ron not knowing, because his brothers wind him up, don't they? I think Fred tells him that he's going to wrestle a troll.
He's a bit daft, though. Ron, speak to someone. Oh, me brothers said you have to wrestle a troll. Watch this. Mum, how do they separate you into your houses? Oh, they use the sorting hat. Thank you. That's that. Ron!
Yeah. Come on, wake up. Wake up.
You're in a wizarding family, like... Well, is it a secret? Maybe they're keeping it secret. Oh, don't tell them.
Yeah.
We don't want them to ruin the song for them.
But surely, like, I don't know, it's got to be common knowledge, hasn't it, that the sorting hat sorts them into houses.
Yeah.
Every
It's
student in Hogwarts. has
Really silly. So, what I was thinking, what is Harry thinking, right?
done it. Yeah.
Yesterday, he was at home with the Dursleys, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
In his bed, dead rats on the floor.
In fact, this morning he was at the Dursleys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on a train, right? I'm thinking, is he... If it was me, I'd be a bit overwhelmed,
I would, yeah.
right? Because the sweets, the chocolate, you get in there, the boat ride, the theatrics.
Oh, yeah.
It's Hogwarts.
Hey.
Right. The door, everything. You come through, and then all of a sudden, ghosts.
What?
You're like, so this morning,
Yeah.
what magic has he seen so far?
He's not seen much, has he,
He's
actually?
not seen much. He's seen Hagrid do a few things.
Yeah.
Hermione might have done a couple spells. The bewitched boats.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my mind would be melting.
Yeah.
That ghosts are flying about. Harry looks up, not that bothered.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, I suppose ghosts exist then.
But I suppose at that, I don't know, I feel like at that point you'd just be like, at this point he's found out vampires exist, dragons exist, all this kind of stuff. I think,
But seeing them with your own eyes.
yeah, that's true. All right, I'll give you that one. It would be a massive, like, weird reality check.
Yeah.
But Harry's theory of what he has to do is he thinks, oh, you might have to pull a rabbit out of a hat. That might be the thing that they do to test you. Right, you're either going to be able to pull a rabbit out of a hat, or you're not going to be able to pull a rabbit out of a hat. How is that going to help them sort into the houses?
But, yeah.
Oh, you pulled that out quite nicely. I think you'll be a Hufflepuff. You weren't very nice to that rabbit, Slytherin.
So they walk in, they see the hat on the stool,
Yes.
and Harry goes, oh, maybe they're going to ask us to pull a rabbit out of a hat, like he just said. Harry, what do you think this school is? Maybe he does think it's like a performing arts school. He just thinks it's a bit of showmanship, magic.
Yeah.
Because he's coming in... He's coming in, all the ceremony, all the stuff. Everyone's looking, the candles. Ooh, fancy. And pull a rabbit out. Hey!
Right, Harry Potter, you're going to be sorted. Unlink these rings for me. Oh, I can't do it.
He's not taking it. It's like, he don't think it's as serious as it should be. The ghosts are flying about, and a little fat monk, one is described as. All right, set it on.
This theme is carrying on. We've got a fat friar, we've got a fat lady later on in a portrait. Mrs. Weasley's plump, Dudley's a fat pig.
Fat.
Honestly, give these people a break.
You fat pig. It's intimidating us. No, also the ghosts, right? Lucas, you've perished. Yeah.
And now I can't lose weight. I'm stuck in this body forever.
I think you'd mind you floating about, would you?
Yeah, fair enough.
Whatever, just get some. I'd try out all the fashions. If I was dead and I was really fat, I'd go, do you know what? Whatever. Skinny jeans. Skinny jeans. Maybe I'll wear one of them cropped shirts that you see some men with amazing abs wearing.
Oh, yeah.
But, just a big fat belly rolling out of it. I'll be like, whatever. I'm trying it all.
But as a ghost, I don't think you can change what you wear. Because, Nearly Headless Nick still wears, a ruff and all this kind of 16th century stuff.
I'm guessing they can't swap clothes.
No.
But I reckon they could adjust their own clothes. Because
You
they can
think?
touch their own clothes.
Yeah.
Cut his t-shirt into a crop top. But would you, if
Yes.
you died, return to your high school to hang out for 500 years?
Well, it's interesting, because the idea of a ghost, I think we talked about this before, but the idea of a ghost is that they have got, unfinished business. But these guys were, I've got to avenge my murder, but I'll spend the next 400 years floating around a school. That'll be fun.
I know, only hanging out with the house that you were in.
Yeah. So still, in living and in death, I will not mix with other. Because he's known that bloody Baron for 400 years, and he's never asked him how he died. Or how he got that blood on him.
How to get that blood? Do you know, I've never thought to ask.
Never thought to ask.
You just talk, don't you? You don't listen.
Speaking of that, right, we talked a couple of episodes ago about how Harry he's a bit rude with asking questions.
Yeah.
He'll ask anybody, how did you do that? How, what's this all about? Harry is nothing compared to Seamus Finnegan. Nearly headless. How can you be nearly headless? What's all that blood doing there? How did you get the blood? Excuse me. He's obviously died because of that. You know, you're very rude, little boy. Seamus is like next level Harry with the impertinent questions.
Definitely. That was funny. I think in the film, it's Hermione who says nearly headless.
It is.
Nearly headless? How can you be nearly headless? But Seamus gets his man's a muggle bit in. The hat begins to sing, right?
Yeah,
which leads further into my theory of Harry being at a performing arts college.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this chapter is like Hogwarts the musical. We get 2 numbers in this. We get the Sorting Hat song and then we get the Hogwarts song at the end.
Is absolutely... Yeah, he sings about it all. And then at the end of the song, the hat does a bow. How does a hat bow?
I just think the point bends a bit.
Yeah. Just tips his head, I guess.
Tips
Suppose
it
it could, yeah.
Yeah. What a ceremony. For me, this would be one of my favourite parts of the year. The sorting ceremony. You know, like coming back every year.
It'd be exciting, yeah.
It'd be so fun, like, because the houses mean so much and because obviously you're going to be with these students, you might be like, oh, especially if like Harry Potter's there, I hope Harry Potter's going to be in my house.
You'd start guessing, wouldn't you?
It'd be brilliant.
You'd start looking at them going, look at that little evil rat. Definitely a Slytherin.
And like the little stories that come with it of like, oh, his brother was in Ravenclaw, will he be in Ravenclaw?
Yeah.
And I think it would...
You'd be pointing at your, I don't know, the lad in your year going, oh, it's your brother now, look. Ah!
Yeah.
That'd be exciting. What house do you think you'd be in? It's a good question.
That is a good question. Now, I remember doing it on the Pottermore website once, where they asked questions, and I was in Ravenclaw.
Oh, right.
But I'm not going to ask you what house you think you're going to be in, Tom, because I've actually put together a quiz that I'd like to ask you. I know we've got your quiz at the end.
What?
But this is a what Hogwarts house will you belong in quiz.
You think you can surprise me with this?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you.
Thank you. Now, there's only 3 questions.
Right.
Right, now, it's from the questions, it's not going to be obvious what the answers are going to lead to.
Okay.
But I'd like you to answer them as truthfully as possible. I know we've got millions listening at home.
Right.
But there's only 3 questions. Multiple choice. Okay. Here we go. Question number 1, the Hogwarts house quiz. You find a wallet full of money on the ground. Do you A, bravely announce that you'll find the owner? B, politely hand it in to the police? C, cleverly figure out whose wallet it is? Or D, keep the money for yourself?
You see, that question...
Yeah.
Is there an ID in it?
Is there what?
An ID in the wallet?
No.
Am I going to figure out whose wallet is
Come on, A, B, C or D.
I'd cleverly figure out who the owner is.
Right.
Because that's an option, I must be able to do it.
Perfect. Number 2, you see a frightened young wizard being squashed by a snake. Do you A, courageously fight it with a sword? B, kindly console the boy as he is crushed to death? C, wisely explain the serpent's method of killing? Or D, egg the snake on in Parseltongue?
What was number 1 again?
Courageously fight it with a sword.
I'd do that one.
You do that, eh? Right, final question. Number 3. A pregnant lady gets on a bus that is full that you are sitting in. Do you A, gallantly stand up and allow her to sit in your seat? B, meekly let her sit on top of you? C, astutely work out who will be getting off next? Or D, be a racist? What do you go for? A, B, C or D?
A.
A, gallantly stand up and allow her to sit in your seat. Now, you scored mostly A's, so you're sorted into Gryffindor!
Hey! But I think even though a lot of those things...
Excuse me, I've spent a lot of time putting this quiz together.
Oh, did you think of all those things?
Yeah. Don't start your response with a but. Go on, what were you going to say?
It's a great quiz.
Thank you.
The 3-question quiz.
Would you have wanted more questions?
It's a great... No, because it was a long time without me talking.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I only stuck to 3. I knew you'd be upset.
I miss the dulcet tones of my own voice. The problem is, you see, I will always do the right thing,
Yeah.
but only because I'm like, I can't be bothered doing the right thing, but I know I have to.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, imagine people, like, you have to, also standing up for a woman to sit down, a pregnant woman to sit down, the pride I would get.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was the one, and then I could retail the story to people.
Yeah.
I stood up to a pregnant woman on the bus today.
Yeah. Hang on, you stood up to a pregnant woman. Right, excuse me, you're human like everybody else. Stood up, we were on first.
I stood up for one. Yeah, that would be amazing.
So you think the Sorting Hat would see past your answers to this quiz and
think,
would know your true
and he'd go,
motivations?
This boy's a bit of a creep. Like, what was the wallet one? What was question A? What was answer A?
Bravely announce that you'll find the owner.
Announce it?
Yeah, to everybody. I think they're very heroic, aren't they, Gryffindors? They like to tell everybody what's going on.
I've
They're
done
not perfect, you know.
You see, I've done quizzes before on what house I would be in, and it flip flops between Slytherin and Gryffindor.
Yeah.
It always flip flops between the two. When I did it on Pottermore, I kind of think I steered it a bit more towards Slytherin because I was like, I want to be in that because it sounds cool to be in Slytherin.
Oh yeah.
But I think a lot of the time it does land me back in Gryffindor.
Yeah, it knows.
I'll always do the right thing.
The Sorting Hat knows.
I know. And my Patronus is a black swan.
Is it? I don't know what mine is. Is it a rabbit? I can't remember.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, thank you. So they all get sorted.
It's interesting.
Yes.
So they're getting sorted.
Yeah.
Harry's like hesitant, like, hope I'm going to be in a nice house. Oh, I hope there's something interesting about me. Oh, maybe they'll put me on and send me home.
Yeah.
Maybe there's been a mistake. They'll get sorted. Gets into Gryffindor. There's a point. So Lavender Brown gets sorted into Gryffindor.
She does, yeah.
And then Harry could see Ron's twin brothers catcalling her.
Catcalling.
What year are they in?
Now, I'm thinking catcalling is a completely different idea. I'm not imagining that some year 10s are shouting at a year 7 to pull a top up or do something horrendous.
Well, I think they're going.
Which is horrendous.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, because when I think of catcalling, I imagine builders on some scaffolding.
Yeah.
Shouting at a lady on her way to work.
But now, some lads who are. What are they in year 10 or are they in year 9?
They're a few years above, aren't they? Maybe year 9, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not appropriate.
No.
Not appropriate.
No. So, darling,
that is a child.
How was your first day at high school? 2 older boys wolf whistled at me. I'm bringing you home. You're not going there again.
I know. No, I wasn't okay with that. I'd be like, everyone thinks that Fred and George are a right laugh. Yeah, they've got girlfriends in year 7. Sorry?
Excuse me?
That's not a laughing matter.
But the teachers do nothing to... I feel like they let Fred and George get away with murder. They're catcalled, that isn't pulled up. Dumbledore goes, you're not allowed in the Forbidden Forest, and then he, does funny eyes, winking at them.
You two.
You two cheeky scamps. And, they're taking the mick with the Hogwarts song at the end, and he's,
and he likes
them.
it.
He loves it.
Dumbledore says, another song, more into the theatrics of Hogwarts. And we're all going to sing the Hogwarts song, which I read it, and I was like, this song's shit.
But there's a few bits I want to talk about, but the Hogwarts song, I do like the idea that everybody sings it in a different tune. And I thought it would be lovely if me and you could do that here today on the Pottervision podcast.
That sounds awful to listen to.
Yeah. Would you like to do it?
Nope.
All right, let's move on.
So, introduction, really, we're getting a lot of Neville in this chapter.
Yeah.
Neville Longbottom. Mm-hmm. So McGonagall's like, straighten up you. His cloak is fastened under his ear.
Yeah. Brilliant.
He walks off with the Sorting Hat on his head.
Yeah.
Right. He needs to take a breath.
Yeah. Calm down.
Calm down. Right. It's your first year of year 7. Everyone's watching you. just chill out, like calm down, because everyone's laughing at you.
Yeah.
Now that's going to be you for the rest of the year now.
Yeah.
Everyone's got this memory of the first day of Neville running around,
Yeah.
toad all over the place. Calm down, boy.
Yeah. But so he tells us his backstory of the fact that they didn't know he was magic until he was 8. When
Yeah.
his uncle was hanging him out of a window to try and get some magic out of him.
That's the second thing he did. The first thing he did, his uncle kicked him off Blackpool Pier.
Mental.
That's-
absolutely mental.
Murder.
Yeah. But this is the thing, like, are they that against having a non-magic great nephew?
Well, you begin to think, don't you? You begin to think, no wonder
Yeah.
this boy's on edge.
Yeah.
The abuse he's been through for the
course.
past 11 years.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And I'm thinking, how many relatives have got away with that? Because in court, their excuse has been, hey, I was trying to get a bit of magic out of him. You know,
Yeah,
that's why the beatings and then pushing him off cliffs.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Mental.
He gets dropped out of a window and he
Yeah.
bounces all the way down the road.
Yeah.
His gran couldn't have been happier.
Way!
In tears of joy. My boy bounces. My boy bounces.
Imagine if he hadn't. What would their response be? Well, he was going to be a muggle anyway.
Well, couldn't see him getting into Hogwarts. As if that's the be-all and end-all. Filch is there. He got there. Dumbledore. I would like to say a few words. Nitwit, blubber, oddment and tweak.
Brilliant.
What?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. He's having a laugh. But also,
You think
there's a bit later on
Would you
when he
laugh? Would you laugh at that?
I'd laugh. I think if I was in like the 7th year and I was like, well, we hear this every year, this joke.
Maybe he does different odd words. Maybe I would laugh. You'd laugh. You go, oh, it's a bit of a laugh here.
Yeah.
Bit silly. Maybe.
Yeah.
And it's still, you don't think the place is serious, do you?
No, not at all.
Whatever.
But also, later on, he does actually have announcements to make, but he wants to crowbar that joke in before the feast.
I've got to get my joke in. The announcements are a little too down in the dumps. I don't want it to ruin the joke. Joke first, announcements later.
Severus, I don't know what you think. I'm thinking of putting the nitwit joke before the feast this year. What do you think? I don't care.
The tables fill with food.
Oh, roast dinner!
For the first time, to my knowledge, Harry's a bit shocked. His mouth falls open.
Yeah.
All this... What? Food?
Whoa.
The things you've seen today.
Yeah.
Ghosts, whatever. Roasties?
Ghosts, floating candles, a ceiling that can reflect the weather outside, lamb and pork chops. This place is magic. Brilliant. And I love that he is not... They have all these things and they have mint humbugs. Harry's like, no, too much for me, that.
And for some reason, mint humbugs. What? What? This place is weird. I'd like a mint humbug.
Yeah. He has obviously never been for a curry. Oh, lovely. Curry, really nice naan bread. Oh, we've got the bill. Mint Imperials! Knocking the table over. What's this? This isn't Indian food. After 8 mints. I'm not coming here again. This is a disgrace.
The problem is, Harry, he's sitting down
Yeah.
and he's making like a stack, like at a Chinese buffet, isn't
Yeah.
he? Like thinking, oh, they're never going to feed me again. I better get a year's worth in now. Pal, make yourself a sensible plate up
Yeah.
and have a mint to settle your stomach
Yeah.
while everyone else finishes. Just calm down, boy.
He's just...
I love a mint humbug.
Yeah, I do.
I honestly, you know what I love as well? Butter toffee as well, buttermint.
Ooh,
You know-
like butterscotch.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, like a Werther's Original, something like that.
oh my God,
Oh,
yes,
lovely.
please.
Now, while they're eating, we learn about Neville, but we learn about Seamus as well. Dad's a buggle. Mam's a witch. Bit of a nasty shock when he found out. They don't find out. His dad doesn't find out that his wife is a witch until they get married.
Yeah.
Imagine that wedding night when she's there, Expelliarmus had his tailcoat off. Whoa, what's going on? What a time to find out what's going on. Oh, she's levitating the wedding cake. It's all happening.
Like in Sword in the Stone, when all the furniture's flying around the room and the wizard's packing. Bloody hell!
Canada, Malaga, Reykjavik, Belgium. But then the wedding guests, just like on one half of the room is just people in like suits and stuff. The other half, emerald cloaks of top violet hats. Why are all your family dressed like this?
Shut up.
Shut up. I'll tell you later.
Don't be judgmental.
I'll tell you after the vows.
It's fascinating that to
Yeah.
not tell someone that you are a wizard or witch
Yeah.
until you are married. That is dishonest.
It's very dishonest, isn't it? It's like lying about, I don't know, your religion or something like that until after the wedding.
What's it like lying about? Lying about, oh, by the way, I've got a secret. I've
Yeah.
got this double life.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there's a reason I don't go to work.
Yeah. Or saying, like, I don't know if you were a spy or something, or, I don't know, you did something crazy.
Yeah. No, by the way, I've got another family. By the way.
How would you keep that a secret? Really mad. I don't know, it'd be like, I don't know, pretending to be a vegetarian when you're not, and then on your wedding night...
I would
whipping out a
like
steak.
it, though. To be honest, though, I would like it. Because if I was a wizard and my partner was normal, a muggle... I'll be like, I'm staying home, don't you worry, I'll do all the cleaning up. And you flick your wand, the house is clean.
Yeah.
And then they get home, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're a stay-at-home husband, I know it must be hard for you. But I never fail. I'm always impressed with how clean this place is. And I'm like, hey, consider it nothing. I'd keep the line going for a while, actually.
Yeah, keep that going. But
Keep
then
that
you'd be
line
fuming
going.
the husband if you were doing all the housework and she could have done a spell that did the scrubbing up. You'd be furious.
That's why she told him on the wedding night.
Yeah. Let him know what he's in for. Now, we also get to know about Snape as well. Percy tells us a little bit about Snape. Mm-hmm. Now, he's a potions teacher, but he really wanted the Defence Against the Dark Arts job.
Yeah.
Right. What have you trained in? Right. If you're a teacher, right. I did my degree in maths. Applied for English, but they wouldn't give me the job. Right, you maths. Maths is your subject. Did you even do it for A-level? No, I just want that job. Right. How can you have the ump? Your speciality is potions. That's what you're going to be doing.
Oh, my God. Can I do PE this year?
No! Oh, I hate this school. My boss, I tell you, he's a nightmare. He just doesn't even let me pick which subjects I want to teach.
Can I be gameskeeper this year? What is wrong with you, Snape? Do the job you were hired for.
Look, I've read a book about transfiguration. I can teach it.
I'm good. I'm into it. I'm into all that dark stuff. No.
No, definitely not.
Tough. Hey, can I do science? I love all that. I love Brainiac on Sky One. That's fun. I've seen every episode.
Madness.
Harry has a look up at the teachers on the long table, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Hagrid is drinking deeply from his cup or whatever.
Yeah, which feeds into our theory that he's a pisshead.
He is an alcoholic. Refills. Hagrid, it's going to refill itself. Just calm down.
Absolutely hammered.
Professor Quirrell is sat there in an absurd purple turban.
It's absurd.
Take a step back, pal.
Yeah, come on. But now we talked about this a few weeks ago. So when he met him in the tavern, in the Leaky Cauldron, he did not have the turban. Because this is new to Harry. He's suddenly wearing an absurd turban. It's ridiculous.
That is absurd. To
Wow.
put on a turban.
Why is it absurd? Because it's a turban? Because it's purple? I don't know, but I don't like Harry's opinion of it.
Absurd.
Absurd. What an absurd piece of headwear.
You bigot, Harry. And then he was talking to a teacher with greasy black hair, a hooked nose and sallow skin. Are you so beautiful, Harry Potter?
Yeah. Nobody's described in a nice way.
Oh, I did think when I read,
Yeah.
Snape wants Defence Against the Dark Arts. I was like, just let him have it.
Yeah.
Let him. If he wants it that bad, see how he does.
Yeah. And also, like, fair enough, because they have a new head Defence Against the Dark Arts teacher every year. You would be fuming if 6-7 years in a row you're applying for that position, and each year, no, we've got somebody from outside, we've got a temp in to do this. Come on, I want to do it.
Who've you got in? This bloke, he's been away for a bit. Where's he been?
Don't know, really.
He's come back with a stutter. He's a bit shifty, and he wears a turban now. Right.
All right, well, I'll apply next year. Who is it next year? Well, just an author. All right, never mind. Next year, it's a werewolf. Next year, when am I going to get this job? It's a bloody nightmare.
Dumbledore wizards away all, it makes an announcement, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does.
He goes, the third floor corridor is out of bounds to anyone who does not wish to die a very painful death. Harry laughed. He was one of few who did. Yeah, why wouldn't he laugh?
Why wouldn't he? It's bloody funny. Honestly, I would put Nitwit and Oddment and Tweak later in the set. Open with the death line. Open with the corridor material. That's great. Honestly, that's the strongest stuff. I'd be laughing at that. That's really funny.
It's funny, no, because the thing is, so far Harry's come in and he's gone, Hat's done a song, and then Dumbledore's gone, nibbledy goggle can peak, whatever he said, and you're like, oh, he's a funny guy, and now he's doing these jokes, really silly. So the puddings they put out, basic, So I've been watching Bake Off, I was watching Bake Off last night, and I thought to myself, oof. Where can I go to get some of these things? Right, really complicated things. Gypsy tart. All sorts. They've got every flavour of ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Have they? Or have they got the classic four?
Yeah.
Classic.
Vanilla,
chocolate,
strawberry, chocolate,
plain.
Eclairs,
treacle tart, pudding, rice pudding.
Yeah.
I'll have an humbug.
Do you know what it reminds me of? The puddings at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah.
You go to these multi cuisine or you can eat buffet, and the main courses are brilliant. You get lovely curries, beautiful Chinese, wonderful Turkish food. The puddings, they've obviously just bought from a supermarket, where it's like you go in and the ice cream is still in the tub they were bought in. Oh, we have to scoop this myself, do I? This ice cream.
Yeah.
And they always have those little jellies that are cut into 4 different colours. You just think, this is stuff you'd have at a birthday party.
Oh, this is crap.
Yeah, this is crap. The mains and the starters, beautiful. Beautiful at this all-you-can-eat buffet. But birthday party food for pudding, I'm not impressed.
This is bad. Yeah, I've not been to a buffet in a while. I'd like to go back to one, though, to give it a whirl.
Yeah.
That'd be quite fun. Once I was at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I was eating a lot of chicken wings. They were nice. You can't blame me for digging into too many chicken wings.
I can't, but I will.
But I got my hand a bit too greasy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right, I go to pick up this glass. I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
Spicy wing, blah, blah, blah. I go to pick up this glass of water, lift it up. If my hand is too greasy, I drop the whole glass of water into my own dinner. It drops, it's everywhere. All these tables looking at me. Embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I went to a Chinese buffet once with a few friends, and it was one of those, when you start at uni and all the people who are at uni in that city, wait, let's keep in touch, we'll meet up, we'll go for meals, and then you do it once and never again. So that was us. There was about 5 of us who'd been to the same high school. We went for a Chinese, and one of them ate all they could eat, went in the toilet to be sick because they'd eaten so much they made themselves sick, came back, kept going, kept eating after they'd been sick.
That's horrendous.
That is absolutely horrendous.
Was it a man?
It was a man.
Had to be a man.
Of course it was a man.
Only a man would do something so wicked.
Only a man would do that, make themselves sick. I don't know if he made himself sick, but he was sick.
Was he slim?
He was middling.
If you're listening, write in.
You might listen to this because he's slimmer now. He's a much more svelte figure. But I didn't want to lie on the podcast.
Harry says to Percy.
Oh yeah.
is he serious, about what he said? And then Percy's like, oh, I'm surprised he didn't tell us. Normally he'd say what was up there, on the third floor corridor. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't mention. I'm even more surprised he didn't tell us, the prefects. Well, why the fuck would he tell you? It's a meaningless job, so you'll do unpaid work, you nit.
You idiot. Because prefects, his jobs are going to include walking people to the common room, telling people to shush in the library, making sure the coats are there. I don't know who he thinks he is, because later on he's like, oh, Peeves, he's horrendous, Peeves. He doesn't even listen to us prefects. Why would he? He's a poltergeist, and you've got a badge. Why would he listen to you at all?
But look at my new robes. Does that mean nothing to you, Peeves?
Come on, Peeves. He's well above his station there. I think Percy, I dislike more than Malfoy at the minute.
Yes. I think Percy's never got a good rap, has he? Especially because Ron and the twins were never on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. But what a nit.
What a nit.
Imagine what's humorous. So they talk about how much Harry's eating, yeah?
Yeah.
Harry could barely walk, he'd eaten that much.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
How much has he had?
Ringing home. Mum, my first day at Hogwarts. You never guess who's here. It's Harry Potter. Oh, really? What's he like? He gorged himself on food. It was shocking. He piled his plate high. There was only one thing he didn't touch. Yeah, the humbugs.
Yeah. I knew it was.
But the dessert, he was eating it all. So much so, Mum, I don't say this in jest, but when I watched him walk out the room to the common room, he could barely walk. He couldn't walk.
He's going to be enormous by June. If he keeps gorging himself at every mealtime, he is going to be a big boy.
The Dursleys didn't let him eat that much, and anything he might have wanted, Dudley would snatch off his plate.
What he says, actually, he mentions that they didn't starve him, which I think, you give credit where it's due. They did feed him. But there's the thing I noticed in this chapter, which I think we're going to find interesting, is, so at the minute he's new to Hogwarts, and his only frames of reference for anything is his previous life with the Dursleys.
Yeah.
So he talks about a test. Oh, I remember I had to take a report home, and I turned the teacher's wig blue. We're going to be sorted.
I had to go home. Remember the shame of going home, of letting them know. How the fuck would they have known it was him? He turned my wig blue. How? I don't know, but it was him.
It's definitely him. It was definitely him.
He looked at me. What were you saying? Sorry.
So I was just saying all these references are to the Dursleys, but I felt in this chapter that he's starting to move away from that life as his Hogwarts life starts, and I think it'll be interesting to see how the Dursleys actually become less and less prominent in his thoughts.
It is refreshing, because when you've got a friend who can only talk about one thing, it is tiring.
Horrendously.
In year 7, I went on a French trip. For years after, that's all I spoke about.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone was tired of me. But so many things happened on this French trip. So many things. I couldn't stop talking about it. But people were not interested because they weren't there.
Hey guys, remember Café Bonbon? We've heard about Café Bonbon. You always mention Café Bonbon. Stop going on about it.
So many things.
What happened? Give me one of your French trip stories. What was the big one you brought out at milestone birthdays?
I'll give you a quick. I'm going to start listing them off.
I'd like to hear them. What? Come on.
Illegal weapons were purchased and smuggled in underpants.
Bullets. They were bullets, weren't they?
Guns, laser pens, knives.
Wow.
Another boy climbed out of a window into another window 3 floors off the ground.
Amazing.
This is year 7.
Yeah.
There was breakups. A tramp, not a tramp, don't say tramp. A homeless fella was staring at us with glee, watching us eat like for a long time.
Yeah.
A man was smacking his lips at us. McDonald's in
McDonald's in France. It's in French, but it's the same.
Different flavour Fantas.
It's incredible. Oh, you have to pay for your ketchups here.
Making friends with the Q bands. Do you know I might do a separate podcast about the French trip?
I will have no part in it. I mean, the past minute has been very tiring for me to pretend to be enthusiastic.
Oh, God!
About your French stories.
The listeners must have dropped off. I'm going to do a separate podcast about school trips. I'll have you on. You got any school trip stories?
Nope.
You can't come on.
Okay.
But that's so it is refreshing when people don't talk about the same thing all the time.
Yeah, very, very frustrating. But yeah, so it's an interesting time for Harry as he kind of transforms and transitions into this new world.
Were you a prefect?
No, I was on the school council. I think we talked about this last time.
We did school council, yeah.
I was a prefect in primary school.
I was. Meaningless.
The only job that we had to do in primary school was during break time, we would look after the younger kids. And if they had any friendship problems, or if they were lost, or if they pooed themselves, we would be on hand to ask a teacher to help.
Yeah.
Well, I remember it was me and this other guy were on duty, and there was this girl. She must have had a horrendous background, this poor girl. But at the time, you don't even stand back and think about this. But she must have been about 4 or 5 years old, but she swore. She would swear. She'd be with you all the time, like attached to you, wouldn't let go. And then when you'd be like, right, we need to look at all the children in this year, she'd like stick a middle finger up or tell you to F off and then run away. Or she'd like hit you or something. And at the time you're thinking, bloody hell, I've never even heard these words. And this kid, like, 7 years younger.
I can't bear that.
No. But looking back, you think,
how old were you?
About 11.
And you'd never have anyone stuck their finger up at you?
No. Well, yeah, but you I don't know. I don't think I'd have heard the F word by 11.
That is mental.
Do you think that's mental? Maybe I had a sheltered upbringing.
Television.
Yeah, but what am I watching at 11 that's going to have F-bombs in it?
A 15 film.
Hey, I'm not watching a 15 film at 11.
You'd not watched a 15 film at 11?
No, I accidentally watched Austin Powers once on video when I was about 7 or 8.
So you knew Shagadelic?
So I knew Shagadelic and I knew Horny Baby, but I did not know the F-bomb. So yeah. Well, yeah, that was it. That was a weird memory that brought up.
I think because I've got older siblings. Well, you do as well, but I remember watching a lot of films and programs and stuff that I shouldn't have been watching at such a young age.
Yeah.
Watching The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Oh, scary film.
Scary.
Watching Hollyoaks After Dark. Traumatising.
I think the Hollyoaks After Dark. I think the only film I remember watching that was like, I shouldn't be watching this. I remember being like at a friend's house, but my sister was there as well. It was, one of those where you're friends with the siblings and they're friends with the older siblings.
Yeah.
So you go around to the house. But I remember, I must have been about 8 or 9, and we watched Final Destination.
Ugh.
And that really there was like some ladders that went in a bloke's eyes.
Oh!
And that stayed with me. That was very scary.
I remember watching Porky's at
What's Porky's?
It's kind of like an American Pie film.
Okay.
Of the 70s.
Right.
So it's like all about all these American high schoolers or college students wanting to get their end away.
Right.
And that's very raunchy. Raunchy, Lucas.
Raunchy.
Yeah, you learned that from Austin Powers.
I did. Groovy, baby. There was actually in my high school a buddy system where sixth formers would sit with year sevens in registration form time. And my buddy was my now brother-in-law. Was my buddy at school.
That is the most beautiful story I've ever heard.
Honestly, I think it's even more beautiful than that Christmas Day story when the Germans play football with the English.
Did you do a speech at the wedding?
I didn't do a speech, no, but I sang a song. I wrote a song for them.
Why wouldn't you sing a song at your sister's wedding?
Why not? To be fair, they asked me to do it.
And fair, you know what? Then congratulations to the happy couple.
Yeah. That's about it. They've been married 6 years now.
Well, it's the first time I've said it.
Yeah.
It's about time.
It's about time. It's been an elephant in the room. Why you've never congratulated my sister on her marriage. But now it's happened. And as far as I'm concerned, that's that done with. I won't mention it ever again now you've done that.
But this note's the second time that Austin Powers has been brought up on this podcast.
Yes, it was sherbet last time, wasn't it? Orange sherbet.
This time it's, it's you watching it as a film.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be the last.
I don't. I think in about 5 episodes, he'll come up again.
It'll always come up. So they leave the Great Hall to the common room, bump into Peeves, the poltergeist. The only person who won't listen to the prefects, as you said.
Yeah.
He knocks some walking sticks on Neville's head.
All that fun. Well, I'll tell you actually why they might have walking sticks at Hogwarts. Because there's a little line in the Hogwarts song that piqued my interest. I'll read the first few lines for you. Hogwarts, Hogwarts, Hoggy Warty Hogwarts, teach us something, please. Whether we be old and bald or young with scabby knees. In this hall, most of them are 11. Then a couple of, old men just well, it says in the song, I'd like to learn me magic, please. You can be at Hogwarts, it doesn't matter what your age is. You can be an ancient old man and still be in Transfiguration with, 7 or 8, 11-year-olds.
What's the name of that ball they do in the 4th book?
The Baldy.
The ball.
Oh, the Yule Ball.
The Yule Ball. Imagine that. The old man in the year asked me to go to the Yule Ball. Will you go to the Yule Ball with me?
I had to say yes, I had nobody else. Whether we be old and bald.
Cool robes, Ron. I love them.
I like them a lot.
I like it. So then they got to the common room.
Yeah.
Harry wanted to ask Ron if he'd had some of that treacle tart, but he was so tired he fell asleep.
Yeah.
Hey Harry, keep your boring chat to yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Hey, did you have any treacle tart? To be honest, I love talking about food, so I can't talk.
Yeah, that's
talk
true.
about it for hours. Me and you could do a podcast about McDonald's.
Yeah. It's going to be... We're going to have Pottervision podcast Mondays, Tom's French trip on Tuesdays, McDonald's on Wednesdays.
Write in if you got... message us, Twitter us, Instagram us, website us, if you want that French trip podcast.
Yeah, let us know. Pottervision.com, all the links are there. Give us a message, let us know.
Right, we are at the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
Lukas, how many mint humbugs are you giving this chapter?
Do you know what? Oh, I don't know if I want to do this because I feel like we don't know what's round the corner.
I know what you're saying.
But this was a fantastic chapter. I loved it. The sense of the school is there. We meet new characters. The Sorting Hat as a concept. The Hogwarts houses as a concept. We see Snape. We see Quirrell. Why he's got a turban on. We meet Dumbledore properly. It all happens. I bloody loved it, if you don't mind my French.
Oh.
You know a lot about that. I'm going to give it 5 mint humbugs out of 5. Oh, it's our first 5 out of 5.
5 mint humbugs out of 5.
Yeah,
It's tense now,
yeah.
because that's my turn.
Will it be a full house?
You know me, Lukas.
I do.
The Sorting Hat is very close to my heart.
Yes.
In a way, it's tangled inside me.
Yeah.
For I am him.
You are, and he's you.
In our stage show, I play the Sorting Hat.
You do.
And this chapter was fun.
Yeah.
It was silly. We got the introduction of Dumbledore. That guy's he's bonkers.
Yeah.
He's absolutely mad. Everything. You know what? It's so unusual. The twins are catcalling a child.
Yeah. The ghosts.
Steady on, boys. Percy's a bit of above his stage. I can't believe the ghosts aren't listening to me. Percy, the 15-year-old boy. Harry, he's a greedy little goblin. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this chapter 5 mint humbugs out of 5!
Hey, you heard it here first. This is our first 5 out of 5. Double whammy. And there may be a few in the series, but it is a rarity.
But do you disagree? Listeners, what would you give it? Message us, tweet us. What would you give this chapter out of 5? How many mint bugs would you give it? Were we wrong? Were we right on the money?
Let us know.
And now it is time for my popular segment, Quiz. Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 crew. I'll ask you some questions, how well will you do? Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 crew. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas, how well will you do?
I'll blow you a kiss.
And I'll blow one too. Right, question 1. Guys, play along at home, get your parchment out, get your quills out, and let me know how many you get right. Question 1. What is McGonagall's face described as?
Oh, no. This is hard already. Stern.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yes,
ding.
come on.
He's good. I thought I'll trip him out on question 1.
Oh, you're a harsh taskmaster.
Question 2.
Yeah.
What sets the Gryffindors apart?
What sets them apart is their daring nerve and bravery.
Oh my god, it's daring, nerve and chivalry.
Chivalry.
I'm going to give you that.
You're going to give me that, thank you.
Question 3.
Yeah.
Who is the first student to be sorted into Ravenclaw?
The first student to be sorted into Ravenclaw is Terry Boots.
Question 4. Which 4 words did Dumbledore say at the end of the sorting ceremony?
He says nitwit, blubber, oddment, and tweak. Oh, God. Right, one more, here we go.
Question 5.
Yeah.
What is Neville's uncle called?
Uncle Algie!
Question 6.
Hey! Oh, I'm not having this.
What is the Gryffindor password?
Caput Draconis.
He's gone and done it!
Yes! Come on,
He's beat the quiz.
Come on, the quiz. Because we had 2 weeks where we don't normally have 2 weeks, I tried to learn the Sorting Hat song.
Did you?
Yeah.
You think I was going to ask you to sing it?
I thought you were going to ask me to sing it. So, well, I tried to learn it.
So, now comes for the most uncomfortable part
Yeah.
of the show. Here comes your Eskimo kiss.
Here we go. Oh!
That was weird.
And now we sanitise. Thank you very much. And I'm expecting an escalation in prizes. What's going to be up for grabs next week?
Next week, you'll have to stay tuned because I've not decided yet. And I'm not going to say anything that I won't commit to under pressure.
Yeah, fantastic. Fair enough.
Pottervision.
Now it's time for our new segment, Hedwig's Droppings.
Excuse
That's
me?
right. That's right. Things that Hedwig drops is droppings. Not poo, letters and things that people have sent in to us, the Pottervision boys.
That's what you've decided on calling it?
Yeah, Hedwig's Droppings, yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, every week we say, please send us messages. And to be honest, we'd never check. But this week I had a look and we've actually had 3 people message in.
Hey!
Thank you. So I'm going to read out what we've had. So
We'd love to hear it.
yes, please keep sending stuff in. So we've had a lovely message from Katie Long, and she says, "Hello, just wanted to drop a quick message to say that I'm really enjoying your podcast and hope you keep going up until book 7.
Well, if she promises to listen until book 7, we'll do
Promise
it.
to do it. There we go. We've also had a message from Anon, so anonymous. He says, "Hi, Pottervision boys. In episode 7, which we're not done yet, but in episode 7, you asked people whether we'd like to hear about Tom's French trip. I just want to say there's a few of us out there that don't want to hear about it ever again. Lots of love from your biggest fan." Do you have any idea who that might be?
I think it should have been a. Yeah. I think it's my sister.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh, that's exciting.
Because on the episode that is released
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Oh, yeah.
the French trip comes up. And my sister's had about 20 years of hearing about it.
All right, and she is fed up. She is fed up. We've also had a lovely 5-star review from Emma Louise on Friday, and she says, "Hey guys, I love the show. Please, can you finish the mole song?"
Oh,
So I tell you what, we'll stick it somewhere either in this episode or the next, but we'll give you that full lovely mole song.
yeah.
Now, the final thing we've got quite an in-depth email from somebody who calls himself the Prisoner of Azerbaijan.
Oh,
Yeah, so we don't know why he's there and how long they're keeping him for, but keep going, you'll be all right.
And what's he saying?
He's saying, "I've listened to 4 episodes. I'm probably your biggest fan. I've got a few questions. So question number 1 is directed to myself. It says, Lucas, if you went to Hogwarts, what do you think the sixth formers would have you doing at the back of the Hogwarts Express?" What would the Hogwarts equivalent of the mole song be? I don't know. I might do a song about the Whomping Willow or something. I don't
You
know.
reckon?
Wompadalombadlee, womp womp. he whomps you, he gets you. I don't know, it might be that. I don't know, maybe some like magic stuff.
Yeah,
Mr. Bean impressions.
you'd be charming them.
Yeah, I would be. I definitely would. And he's asking about the mole song as well, so we'll definitely have to sing all that. The second question is also a question to me. Why won't you let Tom kiss you? You let him spit in your mouth during your Fringe show. Do you need there to be an audience?
But you have let me kiss you.
I have, yes.
Yeah, you've won the kisses on the forehead.
Yeah, I have had the kisses. So I do like there to be an audience. I'm not going to lie, that does give me that bit of Dutch courage.
Well, that's why we do it in front of this open window.
Yeah, we do, to let passers-by see us snog.
But unfortunately, the police have been by and painted the window black.
No, those police. I can't stand that filth. So, the third question, I'll ask you this one. What is the most wild thing that has happened at your Edinburgh Fringe show?
There. Let me think.
We can't say that one, can we? I think we both thought so.
Yeah, we can't say that one. We can't say the second one we just thought of.
No.
Can't say the third one we just thought of.
No. I think we've told the story about when somebody spanked me on the bum.
We've told that story, the spanking.
We haven't told the Joel Dommett story, have we?
There was a time we could tell the joke, but there was a time when there was a show once where I'm not awake. There was a show once where part of the show we get a male audience member up on stage to put them into a gimp mask.
Yes.
It's funny because it's a man.
Yes, exactly.
On the first show of the Fringe last year.
Yep.
You asked for a volunteer and you got a girl on stage.
Yes.
Not funny because it's a girl. Can't put, for any comedy fans out there, don't put a girl in a gimp mask on stage because they look vulnerable and people won't find it funny. But she was all for it though. She loved it.
Yeah.
And then you said, okay, now get on your knees like a dog. And she said, I can't. I've got 2 broken knees.
Yes, it was very, very awkward, wasn't it?
A common theme of the show is you picking. We require a lot of volunteers in the show. I don't know, maybe about 8 overall throughout the show. And you've got a habit of picking people. Because you see the world through rose-tinted glasses. Everyone's the same.
Yeah.
Beautiful way to be. But in terms of comedy, everyone is not the same.
Yeah, that was an awkward moment. But we will tell that Joel Dommett story. We got an email once. We were doing the show in Edinburgh. And we got an email saying, hey, Joel Dommett's doing this charity thing. He won I'm a Celebrity a few years ago, didn't he, Joel Dommett?
Yeah.
He's doing a charity thing where he's trying to gate crash as many Edinburgh Fringe shows as possible in one day. He's trying to do 100 gate crashes of a show. Would he be able to come and gate crash your show next Thursday? So we just replied, no. So that was that. We didn't want that to happen.
No, that would have interrupted the show.
Yeah.
But that would have been weird. Like, we're doing, something on stage. And then, hey, everyone, look, it's Joel Dommett. Joel Dommett comes out. Hello. See you later.
and then we have to try and get the show back on track. So those are the two kind of weird stories that we are allowed to say.
Yeah. Maybe we'll reveal more in later episodes, but for now, best keep it stum.
Now he's got 2 more questions for us, the prisoner of Azerbaijan. The 4th one says, so the choice is a spell from the Harry Potter universe can become real and you can use it. But the catch is, every time you use it, you have to have a big old sniff of Hagrid's underwear. What spell would you make real and how often would you cast it?
Septum Centra!
What, getting a snake out your wand?
No, I think that's Snape's spell that causes people's body to bleed.
And that'd be yours. So you take a big off of Hagrid's underpants and then like just damage somebody. I like that. I think I would do Alohomora because I think, if you're lost without your keys, that's going to be a handy one. And
that'd be good for a bit cat burgling, wouldn't it?
Yeah, cat burgling, all that kind of stuff. And I think once you've sniffed Hagrid's,
they call him the Y-front bandit.
Alohomora. Off we go.
That's a fun. Listeners, please write in. What spell would you like to do while sniffing Hagrid's underpants?
Yeah, exactly.
We want to hear from you.
We want to know. And then the final question is, how do you think JK would describe you both if you were Harry Potter characters? He said, would Tom have a head like a box of cornflakes? Or would Lukas have the beady eyes of a magpie? So, I don't. What do you think? How would you be described?
That's a good question, that. Mm-hmm. Probably stern... I don't know. Based on JK's other description, ugly,
disgusting,
fat, pig man,
face like an ox's anus,
miserable,
the body shape of half a dinosaur. I don't know.
Complexion of a Milky Bar.
Yep.
Pig.
Dog turd face. I think just that.
Prat,
knobhead, arsehole. I hate you. Yeah.
I think she might say about you, boy like a anthropomorphic, handsome mole.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've got the spine of a mole, and I kind of ferret away at things.
Yeah.
Bum-ba-dum-ba-dee-da-dum.
Bum-ba-dum-bum.
So, thank you very much. That's the end of Hedwig's droppings. Now, please, can one person send us an email before next week so this can continue to be a segment? You can go to pottervisioncomedy@gmail.com or just go to the website, pottervision.com, and there's a chat function at the bottom right hand of the screen where you can talk to us.
Pottervision.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to the Pottervision podcast. This was episode 7. We would love to see you next week for chapter 8, The Potions Master.
Oh, what a whirlwind it has been.
It has been fantastic.
Please support the show. If you could subscribe, if you could like, if you could tell your friends, if you could tweet about us, if you could tweet to us. We love a bit of interaction. That way we can retweet it to show people we're doing well.
Yes, catch us at pottervision.com. All the social media links are there. All the episodes are there. There's a lovely page with it all listed out with the links to individual episodes, and you can catch us on Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes and Google
We're
Podcasts.
everywhere. The Pottervision on Instagram, The Pottervision on Twitter, Pottervision on Facebook. I've been Tom Lawrenson.
I've been Lukas Kirkby.
That's it.
Pottervision.
Bombadalummadalee-dum. I was out in the fields one day. Bombadalummadalee-dum. Everyone else was far away. Bombadalummadalee-dum. All I could hear was the breeze. Bombadalummadalee-dum. Sifting slowly through the trees. Bombadalummadalee-dum. I laid my basket on the floor. Bombadalummadalee-dum. Opened it up. Food galore. Bombadalummadalee-dum. I took things out and buttered a scone. Bombadalummadalee-dum. A sound coming from underground. When I looked back, my scone was gone. Bombadilombadlee.dom. I wondered what the heck that could be. Bombadilombadlee.dom. But then I thought, it's only me. Bombadilombadlee.dom. Forgot about things, put ham on a roll. Bombadilombadlee.dom. A sound. A sound. Coming from underground. When I looked back, my roll had a hole. Bombadilombadlee.dom. And then I saw it. It was a mole. Bombadilombadlee.dom. I grabbed it by the neck. I grabbed it by the neck. And then I squeezed it hard. Ooh, blummy neck. I grabbed it by the leg. I grabbed it by the leg. And then I squeezed it hard. Ooh, blummy neck. A bombadilombadlee.dom. I then threw it as far as I could. Bombadilombadlee.dom. But then, so you would. Bombadilombadlee.dom. And as I lay back on the grass, bombadilombadlee.dom, from the distance came a lovely looking lass. Bombadilombadlee.dom. Her face was beautiful, lovely and whole. Bombadilombadlee.dom. She came to me and said, "Have you seen my mole?" Bombadilombadlee.dom.
Very good.
Am I getting the parts?
We'll call you. Lovely song, lovely song. Yeah, bit interesting when it got to the grabbing it by the head bit and grabbing it by the leg. I don't think it'd take that kind of turn, but well done.
Pottervision.
Thank you so much for listening to the Pottervision podcast. The music was performed by Jack Evans. If you've got any questions, comments or feedback, you can put them all on pottervision.com. Also, do us a favour. Please, could you like and share the show? Give it 5 stars and tell your friends. It'd mean a lot, please. All right, I know you will.